Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world, and welcome to this week's Gift of Healing TV with me, Sarah Jane, and with our special guest this week, Margarita Vorobioff, who I'm delighted is joining us. And the title of our program this week, so she having to change to look at it, is The Sound of Wealth and Freedom. So I hope that you are going to enjoy this, Marguerite is going to be using sound and EFT, emotional freedom technique. But first of all, a little bit about Margarita, and then we're going to ask her to share with us as well. Margarita is a results mindset coach and healer who is dedicated to helping soulpreneurs to reconnect with the truth of who they are in order to realize their infinite power and potential and achieve their goals and dreams and more than they ever dreamed possible. I can do with a bit of that. Margarita, well, good morning for me. Is it afternoon, evening? Do you class 5:30 with you?
Afternoon. Australia may be behind the UK in many ways, but we're ahead of you on time. Yeah. So we have had our Wednesday, yes, we're just coming into evening here. So, yes. Hello, everybody.
And welcome, and thank you so much for joining us. Before we go into the actual program, what I'd like you to do is share a little bit about you and how you came to do what you're doing.
Okay, it's a very interesting story, but I'll keep it short and sweet. So about 10 years ago, I was in corporate Australia and just hated it. Absolutely hated it. It was going to work each day. I had a good job, but going to work each day, just every day I felt like I left a little piece of me behind, and it was just gradually squeezing me from the inside out. And I was looking for something different. So and at the same time, I was training to be an opera singer. So I was spending a lot of time outside of my day job, training, rehearsing. I'd been to the Conservatorium of Music for a certain period of time, and then we got a mortgage, so I had to go out and work for a living. But so I was kind of living a double life, and I just couldn't keep doing this day job. So I love fitness, so I thought, well, I'll become a personal trainer. So became a personal trainer and was getting my business up and running, and quit the day job, but was still trying to become an opera singer and doing all that stuff. So I was juggling everything still. And in the meantime, I had some spiritual friends. Now, my background was Catholic, so the spiritual side of it, I was kind of very much on the outside looking in, going, well, that's all fun, and you can all hug your trees, because they literally would go and hug trees and all this kind of stuff, and you can go and hug your trees, and that's all wonderful, and have your little spiritual journeys. But that's not for me. And the universe had different ideas. And one night I had discovered EFT, and I was working with EFT, and it was just mind-blowing for me what this particular technique could do. It was unbelievable. And then a friend invited me to this spiritual gathering up on the mountain that we lived at the bottom of. And at this spiritual gathering, this woman got up, one of the speakers, and started speaking something called light language. And my whole body just started to buzz and vibrate. I had never experienced anything like this before in my life, and I just thought, oh my God, wake me up now. This is like some sort of freaky movie. I was kind of shaking from the inside out when she was speaking this language. Now, take a little bit of a step back. Often when we woke up in the morning, my husband would say to me, "You've been speaking that weird language again." And I just, I thought, well, is it just like sleepy gibberish? And he went, no, it's a definite language. My nearest assumption was that my father was multilingual. He was, my background is that my dad was Russian. He spoke 7 languages, and he didn't always speak them in the house, but of course he spoke to relatives. So I figured I had picked up something from him, and I was just repeating it from my subconscious in my sleep. Anyway, come back to the spiritual night. This woman's speaking light language, and my husband is sitting beside me, digging me in the ribs, going, "That's what you do. That's the language you speak at night." And I just went, "No, no, this is too weird. This is not who I am. I'm very grounded. I don't do this stuff. I don't do spiritual stuff." No. Completely freaked me out, to be honest with you. So anyway, I went and spoke to her. She mentored me. She encouraged me to help be able to speak light language and then sing light language. So all the opera training that I did, it turns out I ended up being a master sound healer, and I channel this light language, and which is an ancient healing language. And I tell that story because sometimes we come across things that just don't fit our paradigm, and we just think, "Oh, this person's just really too weird and out there." Believe me, I know I'm weird and out there. You have no idea how much I struggled with this for years before I went, "Okay, I'm a sound healer, and I channel this thing called light language," and I just had to give into it. So, yeah, and it has a profound effect on people. Sound is one of the most powerful healing tools we have on the planet. I know you know that, Sarah Jane, because you work with sound. But they're calling sound the medicine of the future. It has the ability to actually change DNA. There were studies done in the 60s by a bioenergeticist called Fabian Maman that showed that the human voice could shatter a cancer cell in 9 minutes. Yeah. So with this kind of healing, and to be honest with you, each and every person, their own voice is their most powerful healing instrument.
Yeah.
The sound healing that I do is incredibly powerful, but if the members in the audience could be encouraged to discover how to use their own voices, because it's your frequency. When you understand how to use your voice and your frequency to do your own healing, then everything becomes possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as I said to you earlier, I was doing a talk last night, and that's exactly what I was getting people to do, to use their own voice. But I can relate to all of this. I was raised a Catholic as well.
Yes, everybody out there, please, we're recovering Catholics. Please forgive us for that.
But there are so many people who have been raised Catholics and find themselves doing all of this sort of work. There is just so many of us. But I want to let you know that we've got sort of several people that have let us know they're there. We've got Murray, who's in Canada. Bless you, Murray. Goodness knows what time it is. It's late at night.
Early in the evening over there. Wow.
And then we've got Patricia, and she's in Mexico. We've got is it Sumaya? I hope that's right. You're in London. Sharon in Belfast, and Cherie is in Australia. My apologies, the pronunciation.
Hi.
Yeah. Okay, Margarita, you said at the beginning you want to actually sort of share some EFT, emotional freedom technique. If there's anybody ever watching this in the future doesn't understand what EFT is, Margarita, I believe, is about to show us.
Absolutely. Emotional freedom technique. The reason I do these two together is because emotional freedom technique actually breaks up the solidity of belief systems and negative emotions, and then the sound healing really just clears everything away beautifully. So what I'm going to work on today, I've chosen a specific topic, and what I want people to do is there's, I believe, a chat box underneath your video on your screen. And if you could interact and give us some feedback while we're doing this, then I can actually tailor the EFT to really help you to remove some blocks, so you get a real experience and a transformation before we finish up today. But what I'm really passionate about is helping soulpreneurs to break free from whatever is holding them back from realizing their infinite power and potential. Understand that we everybody on the planet has infinite power and potential. Just imagine if you understood that on a heart level, on a soul level, if you understood that you had infinite power, that anything was possible. what would you be able to achieve? Unfortunately, we get distracted by all the fears, the doubts, the negative belief systems, the self-esteem issues. They distract us from our true focus and knowing that we can achieve anything we put our mind to. So I'm going to do kind of like a global EFT tapping today. So the EFT tapping points I'm going to use, some practitioners use slightly different points, but the main ones are the inside of the eye, which is just on the inside of the eyebrow. And Sarah, we've already agreed that you're going to be my echo. So I'll just show you the points first, and then we go to the outside of the eye. So it's on the bony ridge outside of the eye. And then it's on that bony part underneath the eye. Don't worry, guys, I'll be taking you through these as we go. Don't freak out. You don't have to remember them all. And then it's under the nose. And then there's that dimple in the chin there, or the crease right below your lip. Tap in there. Then the collarbone point, if you find the knobby bits on your collarbone, just drop down an inch and out an inch and tap on those points there. Now you can tap with one hand, you can tap with either hand, left or right, or you can tap with both hands. It doesn't matter. And under the arm, which is for the ladies it's the bra strap. For the men it's around about 2 inches or 3 inches just below your armpit. And then we go to the top of the head. So just tap on the very top where the crown chakra is. Just tap with a few fingers there. Okay, so they're all the points. Now what I'm going to do is firstly do like a generic global tapping on all the fears and blocks that are holding you back. So if you think about where you're at right now compared to where you want to be, and there's probably a significant gap there, so where you're at in your life compared to where you want to be. Now I want you to think about how you feel about that and how blocked you feel. On a scale of 0 to 10, how blocked do you feel from achieving what you want to achieve? Now you're going to need to use your intuition here, and I suggest you just take the first number that comes into your head. So 10 is the most blocked that you could possibly be, and 0 is I'm not blocked at all, I'm on my way, nothing's in my road, to the moon and beyond. And I want you to write that number down. Now the reason we do this is because often with EFT what happens is people lose the feeling and then they don't remember if they even had the feeling in the first place. So just write your number down, and we're going to start by, there's one more point, the karate chop point. So tap on the side of the hand there, and Sarah, you're going to repeat after me. Everybody who's watching, tap on the points and repeat after me. Even though I have these blocks to my freedom.
Even though I have these blocks to my freedom.
And it's really quite frustrating.
And it's really quite frustrating.
I deeply and completely love and accept all of me.
I deeply and completely love and accept all of me.
Even though I'm struggling to achieve my goals and dreams.
Even though I'm struggling to achieve my goals and dreams.
Because I have these blocks that are in my way.
Because I have these blocks that are in my way.
I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
Even though I'm blocked from achieving my goals and dreams.
Even though I'm blocked from achieving my goals and my dreams.
I choose to love and accept who I am.
I choose to love and accept who I am.
And how I feel.
How I feel.
And I'm ready to release these blocks now.
And I'm ready to release these blocks now.
Okay, so starting with the inside of the eye. I'm blocked from achieving my goals.
I'm blocked from achieving my goals.
Outside of the eye. And it's really frustrating because I'm struggling.
And it's really frustrating because I'm struggling.
Under the eye. I have all these blocks that are holding me back.
I have all these blocks that are holding me back.
Under the nose. All these fears and doubts.
All these fears and doubts.
Chin point. All these negative belief systems.
All these negative belief systems.
Collarbone. No matter what I do, they're still holding me back.
No matter what I do, they're still holding me back.
under the arm. And it's really frustrating.
And it's really frustrating.
Top of the head. I'm tired of struggling.
I'm tired of struggling.
Inside of the eye. I know I can achieve so much.
I know I can achieve so much.
Outside of the eye. But these blocks are holding me back.
But these blocks are holding me back.
Under the eye. And it's so frustrating.
So frustrating.
Under the nose. Fears and doubts.
Fears and doubts.
Chin point. Negative belief systems.
Negative belief systems.
Collarbone. I have accumulated a lifetime of blocks.
I have accumulated a lifetime of blocks.
Under the arm. And it feels like I'll never get through all of them.
And it feels like I'll never get through all of them.
Top of the head. I feel so blocked.
I feel so blocked.
And it's really frustrating.
And it's really frustrating.
Okay, take a breath. And one more. Breathe in. Blow everything out. What I'm going to do is there's something called the instant miracle technique, and I'm going to give everybody a quick release, which is simply me shifting energy around this. Gosh, it's so heavy. Okay, that feels a bit lighter. All right, what I would like everybody to do is just tune in to the blocks that you have around achieving what you want to achieve, and then rate them again on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being the most intense, 0 being they're nothing. Now, hopefully the number would have come down. Sometimes the block goes up because we start to focus on the blocks, and then all of a sudden they're actually more intense than we thought they were in the first place. So long as it's shifting and moving, it's a good thing. The thing with tapping generically is that it's not going to get as deep an effect if we single out what those fears, blocks, self-esteem issues, frustrations, whatever it is that's holding you back. And there could be dozens of them. But it will have an effect anyway, just not as much of an effect. So if people could give a little bit of feedback about, you know, what's happening for them, what they're feeling, and if you've got any feedback there, then let me know so I can kind of tailor the next EFT tapping round. And to give people time to do that, just a little explanation. Some people freak out when we start to focus on the negative with EFT because we're all taught you've got to think positive, you know, you can't think negative, and you've got to focus on the positive and get rid of those negative thoughts and positive affirmations. And the thing is, with positive affirmations and positive thinking, it's great, and I encourage people to do it. Unfortunately, just below the surface of that positive thinking, there's a whole lot of negative stuff going on. If we just keep pushing it under the carpet, it doesn't go anywhere. Positive thinking does have an effect, but it's not going to bring the massive transformation that we need to move forward. So that's, and when we focus on the negative with EFT, it's actually releasing the negative stuff from our energy system. And that's what's so powerful about it. That's why I love it so much. So is anybody giving any feedback, Sarah?
Right, nobody's actually given any feedback at this stage in respect of what we've just done, so hopefully they will do. But we've got a couple of other people who've joined us, and so we have got Catherine, who's actually said, the beautiful thing about being raised Catholic is the understanding of mysticism and the sacred, the impact of the unseen, and she's on the Gold Coast in Australia. We've got I'm not sure how the pronunciation of this name, Lubica, and she's in Epsom in London. So we've got people from all over the world here. This is brilliant. Amsterdam, Netherlands, we've got Claudia, and we've got Sumaya, who's just said, just wanted to say that I have been using Margarita's EFT video, clearing blocks and the quantum shift tapping. It has been 4 weeks and it has created a major shift. I have left my job and clearing beliefs that have been plaguing all my life. Margarita's energy is just beautiful. in those videos. So that's for you. And then we've got Fardeen, and he said sort of hi. And all right. Merlin has said, oh, from Scotland. Right, we really have. Right, Catherine has just said body. Catherine, sorry, Catherine. I know you've put private on these. Catherine had commented about a throat issue, and she's just saying the body feels better. So
good.
thank you, Catherine. And Catherine, as we don't know exactly who you are, I hope you don't mind that I've just shared that, because there are so many Catherines in the world all over it. So we have a number of people here literally all over the world. This is brilliant considering the timings of this. This is superb. But other than that, I know that for me, actually, I feel the energy's gone up, because again, I'm pleased you explained about the negative, because that has always been my biggest, I suppose, my biggest block to it, in respect of we work so much with the negative with EFT, and my whole thing is about, yes, acknowledging everything to be able to let it go. So your explanation has been great. Thank you.
Well, and that's the thing with EFT, is it actually releases the charge, because particularly if you're working with, say, there's a negative event and you're tapping on the emotions that you feel around the negative event, the event won't change. The event will always be there. It is a part of your past. It's a part of your history. But once you clear the negative charge around it, it doesn't affect you, and it doesn't have to create further angst in your life going forward. What happens is we have somebody do something to us, or an event happens to us, and it happens once. And then we keep repeating the same, we keep reliving it over and over in our head, and our subconscious doesn't understand the difference between right here, right now, and something in the past. It doesn't understand the difference between past, present, and future, which is why visualization and getting into the feeling of something in the future that you want is so powerful. But by the same token, when we go back to something and we relive it emotionally, the subconscious mind just thinks it's happening to us all over again. Once you release the charge, there's just no emotion. You can think about the event, there's no emotion about it anymore. You don't have to relive it. So that's the beautiful thing about EFT and focusing on the negative, how it releases all of that charge in the belief systems. So, but what we can do is I'll do just one more quick clearing round, and then we'll do a positive tapping round. I love to do the negative and then balance it out with the positive, just to bring some more positive energy in.
Yeah.
Before we, gosh, time goes so quickly, before I do a sound healing for you. So we won't do the karate chop point this time. We'll go straight to the inside of the eye. Even though I still have negative belief systems.
Even though I still have negative belief systems.
Outside of the eye. Even though I still have fears and doubts.
Even though I still have fears and doubts.
Under the eye. Things that are holding me back.
Things that are holding me back.
Under the nose, and blocking me from achieving my goals.
And blocking me from achieving my goals.
Chin point. I choose to relax and be at peace.
I choose to relax and be at peace.
Collarbone. I choose to be at peace with who I am right now.
I choose to be at peace with who I am right now.
Under the arm. I let go of all the frustration and the struggle.
I let go of all the frustration and the struggle.
Top of the head. And I'm at peace with who I am and how I feel.
And I'm at peace with who I am and how I feel.
Side of the eye. I honor my ability to achieve anything I put my mind to.
I honor my ability to achieve anything I put my mind to.
Outside of the eye. And know I'm the only one who's standing in my way.
And I know I'm the only one who's standing in my way.
Under the eye. I embrace my infinite power and potential.
I embrace my infinite power and potential.
Under the nose. And I let go of all the blocks right now.
And I let go of all the blocks right now.
Chin point. I release all my fears, doubts, and negative beliefs.
I release all my fears, doubts, and negative beliefs.
Collarbone. And I embrace my infinite power and potential.
And I embrace my infinite power and potential.
Under the arm. I know I have everything within me.
I know that I have everything within me.
Top of the head. To achieve whatever I put my mind to.
To achieve whatever I put my mind to.
inside of the eye. I embrace my infinite power.
I embrace my infinite power.
Outside of the eye. And know that I have the ability to change my life.
And know that I have the ability to change my life.
Under the eye. And the lives of others.
And the lives of others.
Under the nose. I love knowing how powerful I really am.
I love knowing how powerful I really am.
Chin point. Nothing can hold me back when I choose to embrace my power.
Nothing can hold me back when I choose to embrace my power.
Collarbone. I honor my true power and potential.
I honor my true power and potential.
Under the arm. I unlock my power from within.
I unlock my power from within.
Top of the head. And I am so excited about my future.
And I am so excited about my future.
Knowing that I can achieve anything I put my mind to.
Knowing I can achieve anything I put my mind to.
Okay, take a breath. And another one in. Okay, Sarah Jane, how does that feel for you?
Yeah, that's going back down again. Yeah, that's
Awesome.
definitely going back down. Where it had gone up, I feel it's sort of it's gone slightly below the. I was at a 5 and I felt it had gone up to sort of like a 6 or a 7, and it's sort of 4 and sort of it's slowly going down, and I think
Lovely.
and it's continuing to go down. And we've got some comments here as well. Right, Patty from Mexico. Definitely, I think my beliefs are keeping me. I think she meant to be saying stuck. In my case, it went down to 5. I've been working with Margarita's videos that are great. Victor from and taking the NY as New York says started at 10, now at 6. Merlin, the negativity has gone down, but I have a blocked feeling in my throat. This feeling keeps coming up for me. Does the situation mean something? Okay. Danielle, Switzerland, and Lubica. Right, we've got a few messages here. Margaret, I have been using your EFT videos for clearing DNA and my old belief patterns for the last 3 months. Thanks for your energy. You are amazing. Cherie, I can't stop yawning. I must be releasing something.
Very good. Yes. Yes. Yeah, people will experience different, some people will yawn, some people will laugh, some people will cry. It's all just releasing energy. Some people will get a tingling feeling. It's all different for everybody, and yawning is great. Just don't stop, because that is you just releasing energy. It's shifting energy. And some people will find that even after, within 2 or 3 hours, have a think about it and think about where your number's at, and it may have come down even a little bit more. I actually find that the next day I've got more of a shift than I do straight at that particular moment in time. What we encourage people to do is keep tapping until you've got that all the way down to a 0. As I said, it's a little hard with the generic stuff, but the more you explore, and here's some things you can do, is if you've got whatever your issue is about, if it's around money, or if it's around just not being able to get any traction in a business that you have, then write down your feelings and frustrations about that, because there are so many different sides to this. And the more we are at peace with what is, because let's face it, there are going to be challenges in life. There's always going to be challenges in life. That's just life. But once you're at peace with what is, then you have a whole lot of energy to focus on and understand where the blocks are so you can release them. If you're stuck in frustration, anger, fear, anxiety, any sort of stress whatsoever, it's taking away your energy and your focus. It's distracting you from being able to find what those points are and what the things are that you need to release. So you can tap on the feeling and then look for the negative beliefs that might be holding you back. So what decisions have you made about money? And we grew up in a society where there's all kinds of judgments around money, that it's wrong and it's this and it's that. And rich people, there's all sorts of judgments about rich people, or maybe there's a self-worth issue. There's probably quite a cocktail of stuff going on. So it's not as easy as doing 2 or 3 rounds of EFT and then it's going to be all gone for you. When you get really specific, that's when the magic starts to happen. And yes, I do stuff on DNA as well, because we bring stuff with us from previous lifetimes, from ancestors. We've made this game really complex so we wouldn't figure it out too quickly. And now we're stuck in this really complicated web trying to find our way out. But the more at peace you are with what is, and the more you understand your infinite power and potential, you know what? When you get that at a heart level, all the rest just starts to fall away. When you realize how powerful you truly are, the rest actually becomes quite insignificant. So the more you use tools like this to really get into your infinite power, the more you're going to move forward more quickly. And one thing I'd like to do, I realize I'm watching the time very closely, and I want to do a sound healing for everybody. But the one thing I really want to iterate is that there is a game within a game within a game going on. And there are some players out there who don't necessarily have our best interests at heart. And some of the really, really, really big players in the whole money game, they have orchestrated a system that deliberately keeps us repressed. And the way they understand money is that it is simply a resource to be utilized to make more money. So they're looking at it from a top-down perspective. There's money, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle. So if I put this piece over here and this piece over here, my money grows. If I do that with it, it depletes. So I'm going to shift it over here. So they've got a puzzle, and all they're doing with money is they view it as a resource. And they know that they have access to as much money as they need whenever they need it. They understand that on a very deep level, and that's why they have so much of it. Whereas the majority of us, we're kind of like from the bottom looking up going, money, 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 I've got to get more money. Because we're in struggle, we're striving, there never seems to be enough, we're in fear, anxiety, stress, all this negative emotion. We cannot see it as a resource that is for us to command. In actual fact, money is a resource that when you have the right mindset about it, it is there for us to command. And it's up to us to shift our mindset so we get in a commanding position about money. Does that make sense?
Absolutely makes sense. But I think the other thing we have to realize is that a lot of us, especially with the religious backgrounds and all the rest of it, are brought up with money is evil. No, there's nothing evil about money. It is how some people use it that is evil. But there is so much good about money. There is nothing in this world that is evil. It is how it is used. There's nothing about the internet and the use of technology that is evil. It is just how some people use it. And when your mindset is what we think we've been taught is this is good, that's bad, this is good, that's bad. There's nothing good, there's nothing bad. It's how it's used. Your mindset becomes, all right, we'll go back to this positive negative word. Your mindset becomes positive about money, positive about the different healing techniques that are out there. Whatever it is that you like or dislike, let go of that. Focus on the good that all of that can bring, for want of a better word, in the right hands. Is that another way of explaining it?
Absolutely, and that's why I'm so passionate about this subject, because the tables do need to be turned. There are some people at the top who really understand the money game, and they play it extremely well. And as I said, they don't have the best interests of some of us at heart. That's not to say that's all of them. It's just a few of them who they got in the game early, they figured it out, and they've been orchestrating it ever since. And it's time for us to turn the tables on them. So we must actually learn to command money for ourselves so we can take that power back.
Yeah.
And then start to shift this planet. This planet and the people on it must have a shift.
Yeah.
They must.
Yeah.
And so that's why this is critical. You know, I get some criticism from people that say, why do you focus on money so much? You know, it's not about the money. It's not about this. Well, because it's leverage. Money is leverage. When you have more money, you can reach more people. It's not just about sitting on, for me, it's not about going on holidays all the time. In actual fact, I don't go on holidays because I love what I do and I love where I live. But it's about having more money to reach more people, to do more of the work that we do, and to actually have more leverage to create more transformation around the planet. So that's why I'm so passionate about this.
And I think the whole thing, yeah, this is Gift of Healing TV, but it's about healing our connection with, our feelings about the money, ourselves and our reaction to it, our reaction to, are we worthy of achieving what we would really like to achieve? It is a healing process. Healing isn't just about the physical and the emotional, but this is an emotional aspect to, we are here and we have so much power that we can utilize, but we've been told, no, we've got to do this for others, we've got to do that, we've got to think about ourselves, you know, sort of, it's got to be about other people. No, you can't have money, it's not good to have money, it's all bad. We've been taught, and everything around these things keeps us blocked, because that's what so many people are saying, and more people like Margarita are coming out and saying, no, it's not. And so, yeah, absolutely, I can fully understand, because as Neil Donald Walsh says, there is enough for everyone. Yeah, there is no reason why everybody can't have the money that they require for their life purpose, etc., etc. There is absolutely enough for everybody. And we've just got to do a couple more right. Sumaya has said 5 down to a 2. Claudia said started at 10, now feeling more powerful. Ian's joined us from Toronto in Canada. How long is this session, Sharon? It's meant to be about 45 minutes. It might run over slightly. Folks, you are all going to get a link to the replay. So if you have to leave us early, you can come back to the replay and you can watch the rest. So don't worry about that, because yes, we definitely want to have the sound as well. I'm a lover of sound. And beautiful language, Margarita. How do you command money? I think that might take us a little bit too long to go through your feelings.
Well, let's do the sound healing for people, so people get the sound healing. And then perhaps, or maybe what I'll do is I'll incorporate a little bit of a meditation to start with. So I'm sorry, Sarah, if I do that, we are going to go a bit over. But I'll incorporate a little bit of a meditation to start with, so people can perhaps get the feeling of what it's like to command money, to be in command. So let's get straight into it. And then while I'll start the quick meditation and visualization, and while people are visualizing and expanding on the visualization that I'll start for you, I'll do the sound healing to really bring in the vibration to kind of cement that in place. How does that sound?
Brilliant.
Okay. All right. So everybody, close your eyes. Get nice and comfortable. Take a nice deep breath in. Now I want you to imagine that you are royalty. In fact, you are the ruler of a kingdom. And this kingdom is absolutely overflowing with abundance and prosperity. None of your subjects within your kingdom want for anything. They are all well and truly thriving within the community. You have a supply of wealth and abundance that is constantly circulating throughout the entire community. You have within your kingdom some of the best craftspeople, the best produce, and the best seamstresses, the best healers. No matter what is required, it is available. No matter what you need or want as the ruler of this kingdom, it is available to you. All you need to do is ask. And your subjects are extremely happy to be a part of your kingdom because they are thriving. And they know that they are safe within your kingdom because you are a just and a ruler, and you rule with grace and compassion. You do command their respect, but not from a place of fear. And they love you very much. And anything you ask for, they are happy to provide. And any single one of your subjects, if they hit trouble in their life, then you provide for them. And nobody else minds, because they know that if they ever hit trouble, that they will be provided for too. So from that place of being a ruler of this kingdom, think about prosperity and wealth and that it is at your command. How will your kingdom look? How will your place of residence look, your palace? What will your life be like? How will you feel from that place of knowing that everything you want is available whenever you ask for it? And while you're expanding that vision, I'm going to start the sound healing. Shintoret santia coletia mitsaktia koshintale ansa. Ina pregazia shonte ila nansa kalia totrencia shintale consia. Mishravat sotala hinaritat sukra hemashutsa Reale chance notera Honare sota Hey Maritza Lascienazza Miraleshanozza Honaresha Mezzatu Mi pralo shansintu Hey Marotina Era la shon santana Le mansintara Lo mescinsante Mari la shonezza tirola aumentará. Emotions are not Mirelanda, oh Meritza, oh Meranteno crezza, oh Miscenantona, Oni pralet santana, o mission santera, ole santino. Imetrila shontela, o iate pranzia shontialema, ami popre ila shinsa kenochtia preliata, ashinotsa te ilana totianeta, meti pra a kotsi shenti ala, mensantiala, en aprizia shanta lona, lona, lona. Just gently bringing your awareness back into the room. And taking a breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
That was amazing. Thank you very much for that beautiful meditation. I must admit, for me, the one thing it did, I suppose because I'm very connected to earth and it's earth things, and so for me it wasn't sort of rich palaces or anything, it was just like amazing wooden, not huts, but yeah, sort of buildings, homes that sort of all made out of wood, all in the woodlands, all out in nature, so all being able to enjoy, I suppose, the gifts of the mother, and it all just being there for us. And abundance, yeah, I love the fact that you didn't actually use the word money, because abundance isn't all about money, because we have so much in our lives. You know, being wealthy hasn't got to be about money. It's got to be about everything that is in your life, the people you have, the work that you do, the lives that you touch, the fact that you are open to the beauty that surrounds you. To me, it's about all of that.
Absolutely, and this is such a rich environment for us to enjoy. Sadly, most of us don't actually appreciate all of that great abundance that we do have because we left money out of the equation. We have all this abundance around us, but because we're so stressed about money, because we haven't included that in our abundance equation, we're looking over here and worried so much about this stuff over here, and we miss this over here. And that's when we bring it, and abundance means something different to everybody. And the reason that I use the whole royalty, because we look up to royalty, but royalty have an air about them. They have a commanding presence.
Yeah.
And you know, all the people that I have met and spoken to who are law of attraction experts, or they have incredible businesses, they all have a presence that is, they know who they are. They know where they're going, and you feel it when you meet them. It's not ego.
No.
It's not arrogance.
No.
They just know very much who they are, where they're going, and they're just on their way.
Yeah.
It's very hard to explain that presence, but they have a solid presence of who they are, and they command their life. And they know that the universe and their lives are at their command, and that's all they're doing. Is from day to day they're commanding their lives, and the difference between that and its attitude. So how you command money, it's your attitude.
And it's, the money, the life, the whole thing. And we've got some comments. Okay, sending you love, thank you. Totally in tears. Well, thank you. So relaxing. Beautiful. Thank you very much. I feel my energy expanding. It is wonderful, real gift. Amazing peace within. Thanks. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful and beautiful session. Thank you so much. I feel so free and powerful right now. So my apologies for not mentioning everybody's names, but being obviously very, very aware of our timings and the folks that have stayed with us throughout this. So thank you very much indeed. And Margarita, thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to spread this message.
My pleasure, and I am so grateful for you to coming on, especially after I've sort of first heard you I think it was the end of 2012 on one of your Conscious Wealth Summits, and it's wonderful to have you here. Have you got any sort of last bits that you'd sort of like to share or comment for our viewers and our people who watch us later?
Absolutely. The one thing that will completely transform your life is knowing and understanding that life is not happening to you, it's actually happening for you. And when you can appreciate that, even when challenges happen, and they will happen, they happen for everybody. They happen to the super elite, they happen to the normal people like us. But what happens to many people is they get so caught up in the challenge, they can't see the wood for the trees, and they just get stuck in a problem. You need to be very solution focused and know that nothing ever happens that you do not have the power to resolve. That's just not the way the universe works. There is no problem that is bigger than you, and any problem or challenge that you have, it's simply the universe inviting you to step up to another level, saying, come on. It's a bit like a mother who's encouraging a child to walk. Come on, I know you can do it. Come on, up on your feet. I know you can do it. Just one more step. Just one more step. Come this way. Come with me. It's the universe saying, come with me. Understand your power. Know how powerful you are, and anything is possible. That's what challenges are about. And when you really get that and start responding to life instead of reacting to life, life truly is magical.
I couldn't agree more, absolutely. And every challenge that comes up is the universe just saying it's next step time. And you know, as I said earlier, everything's falling apart, but actually it's more than likely falling together. My own life experiences have proved that, you know, and I'm not going to those here. If people want to find those videos, they can find them. They're on the Gift of Healing TV website. But that's why I ask my guests to share how they got to where they are. You know, the challenges that we have, we realize we're not following our path. The universe has given us that ability to create our own lives. The thing is, we are creating them, but we're not creating what we would truly like to have, because we're living in the fear. And while we continue to live into that fear, we are never going to have what we are truly, what we're here for, the life we're meant to live, and we can all live it. We've got a couple of comments. Victor has said thank you. Patty has said, I think that the main issue is the concept of abundance that we have been taught. Of course, abundance is not only the money, which is what we said, it is everything around us. The frequency of the healing sound is great. Thank you. And we've got, this is great. Thank you both so much for this session. Margarita, wonderful as always. I love the sound healing. It gives me tingling.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you, everybody, for being here and being able to share this beautiful, beautiful session with us. It was great.
And thank you so much, and thank you to all of you. Thank you for being so vocal with your sharings. It is so much appreciated. It really helps make the program, because this is, as you know, as I've said before, these programs aren't for myself and Margarita. They are actually for all of you. This is why I do these. This is why my guests come on, is because it's for all of you. It's to help you to experience and to know what else is out there, to enjoy. And all of my programs are about experiences. So I know some people will have been doing other things, but hopefully you've all joined in as well. For those of you that are late, you will get the replay email so that you can go back. So you haven't got to miss anything. Please also check out the website. You'll find all the replays of all our guests since we started in September. And next week we are being joined by a lady called Lure Wishes, and she's in Tasmania. So we're at 7:30 in the morning here in the UK. Tasmania, I'm feeling, is 10 or 11 hours difference, so it's 5:30, 6:30 in the evening for those of you out in sort of Australia, New Zealand, depending on where you are. And she's sharing a meditation, beyond stress, self-care in challenging times. So we always go with the theme of what we can do for health and healing, and that's what we're doing again next week. So a huge thank you to Margarita. Wishing you all the best with everything you're doing. Please, people, check out Margarita's website. It will be shared under the YouTube video. It is in the replay email. We're sharing everything to do with Margarita. So go and check her out if you haven't already. And have a wonderful, wonderful week. For those of you that are in evening, enjoy the rest of your evening. For those of you that are in the daytime, have a great day. Margarita, thank you so much for being here. It's been a great pleasure.
Been good fun. Loved it. Thanks, Sarah.
Brilliant. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a brilliant day. Love, peace, and light to you all. Namaste.